L.O.C.S Lounge with your boy, your host, Tim Nicholas. Today we have a great opportunity because we are here in Atlanta, Georgia, home of where fashion lives, where we have, not only fashion, we got, great barbers, we got great hairstylists, we got beauty bloggers here. Hey, this is the epicenter of Black culture, so we are here today. So we're gonna do it up tonight, man. All right, so what I wanna do is introduce y'all to two newcomers to the show. They're not newcomers to their professions, they're dope at what they do, so we're gonna get it popping tonight. First off, who we have in the lounge, we have Miss Angie Skyhh. How you doing, Miss Angie?
Hi, everyone.
Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Well, Miss Angie is one of the dope locticians here in the city of Atlanta. She's doing her thing, so we definitely are going to dive into her story. She'll tell us a little bit about her services and just how she got into it. Sound good?
That sounds amazing.
We're really excited for you to be onto the show, so thank you for coming. Appreciate that. So, but last but not least, we got somebody that I know from around the way, Miss Tahirah Jennings. How you doing, Miss Tahirah?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Thank you so much for being on.
Of course. Thanks for inviting me.
Man, it's definitely been dope. And, one thing about Tahirah's from Baltimore, Maryland, and I was raised in Baltimore. And through, mutual friends and things like that, we were able to connect. And she's doing her thing as a master barber out here in Atlanta. So we'll dive into her story as well. So appreciate you coming on.
Of course, no problem.
So what we're going to do is we're going to just dive right in. We like to talk about just different things when it comes to Black culture and what it means to really be a part of the community as far as, barbershops, beauty salons, and those types of things. So we're going to dive right in. So, Mr. Tahirah, tell us a little bit about, your first experience into like the barbershop, beauty salon. What was it like for you?
Well, working in a salon was very comfortable for me because, I came up getting my hair done. And then when I was in high school, I actually I was working as a shampoo girl part-time in the salon. So that was comfortable. The barbershop was fairly comfortable because my brother would go get his hair cut. So that's actually where I learned how to play chess. I think I was very comfortable in both settings, just more comfortable at the time in the salon because I was there every week.
So you was going every week?
Yeah. every other week. I think it was every other week. It wasn't every week. Every other week I was going to the salon. 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday.
How long were you in the salon? Were you in there all day?
Yeah, you go in about 6 or 7, you come out maybe about 3 or 4 at the time.
Your whole day is gone though.
But you came out cute, so you was ready for the evening or whatever else you had to do on Sunday with the church or whatever. So
yeah, so it was well worth it, pretty much.
No, I wouldn't say it was well worth it because you were there all Saturday, but it was
Cool. It's done.
Yeah.
But it was that's all I need.
Yeah.
That was it. Wow. So did they put that curling iron?
I had a relaxer. My hair was very, very coarse and very natural, so I got a relaxer pretty young. So my mother did that you were talking about too.
Yeah.
Other than that, I had a relaxer. Everything was good to go from there.
Did she use the old curling iron? The one
Oh, you talking about the hot comb?
The hot comb?
So yes.
Yeah.
I did. I experienced it.
They're kind of heavy too, aren't they?
Yeah, just a little bit.
I still have
a little bit.
Yeah,
I think I do too.
Wow. Do y'all use it still, or is it nostalgia more so?
More nostalgia.
Okay.
But I know they're using it now, like for the lace fronts to like really lay it down.
Okay.
But yeah, I wouldn't put my baby through that.
You wouldn't put your baby through that? Yeah, because I'm sure, is she tender-headed though?
She is tender-headed.
Okay, so you can't do that with a tender-headed child.
But she would freak out from hearing it, like when the grease cooking on your hair.
Yeah.
She would freak out. So I'm not about to her to do that at all.
Woo! Whatever, baby, Reese.
Oh my goodness. So, fellas, be blessed that you're a man, that you don't have to deal with some of the things that the ladies have to deal with curling irons and being in the salon all day, not by choice either.
Definitely.
I mean, like seriously. Like for us as fellas being into the shop, it was like we could go there all day and it'd be like a place to chill, play checkers or chess, talk about the late, let me not say, talk different things.
Talk about the ladies. Go ahead, speak your mind. Go ahead, speak the truth here.
Hey, we talk about the ladies, all those things, but so it would be something by choice we'd be staying.
Okay.
Y'all would have to be there
Yes.
Yeah, because our hair is not dry. We sit
Right.
under the dryer waiting for the conditioner, the finished conditioning. Like, oh my God, like, are we serious? But that's like for me in my salon, that's one of my mottos is get in, get out, get on with your life. You know, so I make a point to get my clients when they come in, they're coming in to sit down. There's no waiting for another client. I start on their hair as soon as they come in, and we get going, get them in, get them out. Because I'm like, you know, who got time to be sitting in the salon all day? Like, listen, no, like, you got stuff to do. I got stuff I want to do.
Time.
Yeah.
People's schedules and a courtesy.
It's unfortunate because I've seen like on like social media, you have some stylists, unfortunately, that will say, if you're not willing to wait, then you're not the client for me. And I'm like, so you don't care about your client's time. Oh, okay.
But if they're late, they need to pay their whatever, $25, $30 fee after 15 minutes, the appointment's canceled, but you can be waiting for an hour.
Yeah.
See, that part. I'm like, it goes both ways.
That's real. So, okay, now that alright, so, and we'll get to you when it comes to, you know, just your experience into the beauty salon, but let's talk about that really quick as far as from a relationship between a barber or loctician versus a client, right? So, you guys tell us, for example, that if you're late 15 minutes, you still gotta pay. It's considered a no call, no show in that point, right?
I don't do that, but yeah.
But you had some professionals will say that's the rule. It is what it is, right?
Yes.
But then, as a client and a consumer, my time is just as valuable.
Agreed.
And so, if I'm waiting 30, 45 minutes past the time that I agreed to sign up online,
I think you should get a discount.
You should get a discount. Absolutely.
That's my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here for that.
Okay, that's fair. Because you'll have a lot of people who we still pay for the service.
And y'all will tip too.
And everyone will tip, but we were waiting all this time and now my day is shot. Plans that I had are gone by the wayside too. So I think it does go both ways. And we hear mostly from your side of the things that we do, right? But I do think it's important to make sure that we as clients have to do our part too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think clients are becoming a lot more vocal, especially with social media.
Yeah.
There's a lot more.
I don't think they are.
You don't think so?
Not in the lock world, they're not.
Okay.
Because I hear so many stories from some of my clients that are new clients that I didn't start their locks. They're coming from someone else who started their locks. One of the biggest questions that I get, and it's actually kind of annoying, is do I need to do anything to my hair before I come? Which to me is like a dumb question. And I shouldn't say that the questions are dumb, but it's just like, as a master cosmetologist and a master loctician, I am governed by the state of Georgia to shampoo your hair before I render any services. So if you're going to someone who tells you you need to shampoo your hair before you get there, know that they're probably not licensed. And you get what you pay for. So, you know, when I get clients to come in, they're like, oh my God, I ain't got to shampoo my hair. I don't have to do this. Yeah, that's my job. That's what you pay for. It does definitely bother me. It's like I feel bad for the clients because they don't know, so they're just doing what the stylist tells them to do. Right. But at the same token, it's like you know what's right. You know you ain't yet before.
It's limited too by how many locticians there are, how many hairstyles there are. Because
and the city you're
saturated with comfy hair, shampoo, dry, blow dry, bone straight, snot. I'm gonna charge you extra.
Yeah, that's real. And I didn't even know, even when I started my locks, I didn't know the process at all. Like, and I was getting misguided information from the wrong people on how to, you know, how I should, you know, do my hair or how I should do certain things and shampooing. I needed to shampoo before. Someone told me that too.
Your locks?
My locks.
I used to do locks. I feel like it's easy to twist when they wet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
But again, like I said, a lot of times what's happening is you have a lot of hair twisters, lock twisters, dread twisters, whatever you want to call them. They're not locticians. Locticians will shampoo your hair first, and then do whatever the steps and processes are to ensure you have a nice style and your hair is retwisted.
And
So if
healthy.
yeah, it's to me, I'm big on health of hair. The styling part is a bonus, but if your hair is not healthy, then I can't. The style ain't gonna be cute. To me, it's not just, you know.
It's like, it's really like putting a new carpet on dirty rug.
Yeah, pretty much. Like one of the things I hear in the natural hair community is, oh, I co-wash my hair. Okay, see, sis. Sis.
You co-wash?
Sis.
Conditioner.
They use conditioner
Yeah.
to wash their hair, right?
That's what you do to weave.
So here's what I the example that I give to those that tell me that they co-wash their hair. After you finish eating your food off of your plate and you take your dirty dishes to the sink, you're gonna take oil to wash your dishes. When you get in the shower, instead of using soap, you're going to take lotion to wash your body. After you worked out, you sweated, you've been outside all day, you're a little funky, and you're going to use lotion to wash your body. That's the equivalent to co-washing your hair. Yeah, it's not going to be clean, pretty much. So.
That to me is super backwards.
Exactly.
People do it though.
They do it.
Man. So you hearing do's and don'ts on what not to do with your hair. You hearing it from Miss Tahirah and Miss Angie. Y'all need to tune in seriously. So and we might as well get to that now. We typically talk about like what's your social media and things like that handle. So starting with you, Angie, where can the people find you? And just tell them a little bit about your services as well.
Well, you guys, my name is Angie Skyhh. I am a master loctician, master cosmetologist. I've been in the industry for over 14 years. You can find me at Skyhh, that's SKYHH.salon on all social media platforms. That's Twitter, that's Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, all of that. So I'm on all social media. If you just Google me, okay? Just Google SKYHH SALON and you'll find me.
You're the first one that pops up. Sounds good. I appreciate that, Angie. So, the viewers definitely will, I'm sure they'll be looking out for you.
Yes, please.
Absolutely. And last but not least, Miss Tahirah the Barber. What's up?
Hello. My handle is just Tahirah_the_Barber on Instagram. I haven't created Twitter, but so it's just Instagram, Tahirah_the_Barber, and on Facebook it's Tahirah_the_Barber as well. And what else am I supposed to be letting know? I'm a master cosmetologist, but I don't do cosmetology anymore. I just do barbering. I just do cut and color. That's pretty much it. I don't want to do any more locks. I don't do anything else besides barber and color, and I'm coloring, the cuts that I'm doing. So.
Sounds good. Y'all hear that? She doesn't do locks.
I stopped everything. I don't do anything else anymore.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet,
That's
to the point.
To the point.
She got a niche. She's
Yep.
barbering and coloring.
That's it. Platinum color, all of that.
You want a loctician? Go right here.
That's my niche.
There you go. So you got
locks, dreadlocks, whatever you want to call them, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, whoever you are. I got you. If you bring in your dog, I could probably like their hair too. That good.
And can you lock beards too?
I can.
That's crazy.
I lock it. If it's got hair, I can lock it up.
Hey, that's what's up. Yep. Shout out to that. Like,
yeah. I'm not afraid of it. Bring it. Whatever you got, I got it.
Man, that's what's up. So we definitely got a lot of versatility on the couch.
Absolutely.
So we definitely appreciate it. I'm telling you, the A is where it's at. Seriously. So we're gonna dive a little bit into like self-care for you ladies, right? We so many times in your industry, you have to serve as conduits to the community, right? So you have men and female clients who come in, they have different things going on in their lives, you build a rapport with them on a day-to-day basis. But, so while people are depositing into you, how are you depositing into yourself? How are you replenishing your energy through self-care?
For me, it's exercise. I'm a huge fitness fanatic. I work out pretty much every day. I have moments when I just be like, no, I'm not working out. But my workouts they kind of span the range of traditional strength training to HIIT workouts to core to Pilates and yoga. And then I even do dancing. So on the days when I'm not wanting to do anything too strenuous, I'll do like some dancing. And so I'll put on some music, not just dance. You know, that's my self-care.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I pour back into myself.
Gotta do that. Gotta dance, do all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think for me, I do go to the gym and work out, but I would say it's more of trying to get out and just be out. I love music, so just going out like on a Wednesday night. So I love to roller skate. So like I'll try to go to Cascade on Wednesdays. I've been trying to get the Sparkles on Sundays. But I think just being out and being social and not being behind the chair and just engaging with people. Because I like people for the most part. So I like engaging and I really like music. So if I had to do music, like I'm finding like more spots that have like live music that I'm falling in love with. So I think those type of instances where I don't have to like think heavy and I can just kind of just be.
Relax.
Yes, that's really my, I would say my self-care right now.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm definitely a music head, so I listen to all genres of music, and I'm always looking for places that have live music. I'm also a foodie, even though I'm a pescatarian/vegetarian. So I'm always looking for like new restaurants that has like some good fresh vegetables, not them canned ones, y'all. Gross, just not that.
If I can interject really quick, so I'm gonna let y'all know. I was trying to get the lady some lunch today, and Miss Angie, I told her I got her a chicken sandwich. And it turned real. It almost turned nuclear real quick. Like, yo, I need chicken. I was like, oh, let me reverse course real quick, cause I appreciate that. Thank you for. No, but that's dope. And so being from having a pescatarian diet as well as vegetarian diet, so you just eat fish every now and again? Or?
It's very rare that I eat. Well, I won't say rare, but usually within a month's time, I probably eat fish or seafood probably like maybe 2 or 3 times out of the month.
Okay.
So most of the times I'm just eating like vegetables, and I've become real creative with my vegetables because that's all I eat. It's like, okay, well, it started out being, okay, we just gonna do these salads, and I'll do all these creative things with salads, and it was like, salads, I kind of want some hot vegetables. How you cook these hot vegetables?
Yeah.
So you start incorporating different vegetables and things into your diet, and you start looking at videos and following vegan recipes and whatnot. So you just kind of I will tell you, being a vegetarian, and pescatarian, it definitely makes you creative in the kitchen with what you eat and what you consume, because it's like, you want to have that variety, but at the same token, you don't want to get burnt out by eating the same thing. So
yeah, that's what I struggle with meal prepping. I can't do it now. I've competed in a couple of like bodybuilding competitions and stuff, but I always needed to eat something different. I couldn't go 6 weeks and eat the same thing like other competitors. I just couldn't do it. So I was switching up my palate every few weeks, like maybe every 3 weeks I would switch it up.
Okay.
It's just to go from eating the same chicken, rice, and asparagus for 6 weeks, 8 times a day.
No.
8 times?
No.
7 times a day. Every 2.5 hours I was eating.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
But that's why, I've been trying to introduce, like, one of the things that I do with my clients is I feel like I give a holistic experience with my clients. So not only will they come and get their hair done, but they're going to learn some recipes for eating healthy. They're going to learn some exercises to do. If they have a business, I'll kind of give them some business advice and whatnot. So I just am like a full gamut. So I consider my services to be like therapy, like counseling and whatnot. So I'm going to charge you therapy rates. You're just going to leave it at that. Yeah. So therapy, counseling, and consulting, because those are the rates we're charging.
She said we building all of this, so you gonna get not only a hair care service, we gonna lump all of this.
We're gonna get how to eat right, and it's crazy because I don't want to say it's crazy. It's absolutely beautiful that I've seen some of my clients transition from being like meatitarians to now they're like, oh, I only eat seafood or I only eat vegetables. That's really cool to see that, you know. What I see is usually what happens when people transition into L.O.C.S. It's literally a lifestyle. It literally changes everything you do.
I can't relate.
It changes everything. So like
she got the look though.
I'm here for it. I like the little twist. But yeah, it's the whole lifestyle. So you start paying attention to what you put in your body, what you put on your body. You know, just the things that you watch, the music you listen to, like all of that kind of plays a part into being a L.O.C. goddess, a L.O.C. king, or whoever you are, whatever you may be. Whatever you call yourself.
Yeah. L.O.C. king.
Hey.
God, you said goddess?
Goddess.
Hey.
Okay, y'all. All right.
It's truly a lifestyle.
You want to be twisted goddess? All right, I'm a twisted goddess.
Talking about L.O.C S, I'm like,
Alright, you know. Yo, we can't forget about the twisty goddess over here.
Thank you. I'll take that.
You gotta flip your hair when you say
it. Okay. Do it again.
You got the twisty goddess over here.
Yeah.
Yo, it's wild, yo. Like now we got nicknames for each other. You know, this is all dope.
Ready to talk about these relationships? Listen. Here we go.
All right.
Where we start? Where we jumping off? We jumping off into the deep end, or we gonna tread lightly into the shallow part?
Nah. So I say this in, if not every episode, most, right?
Okay.
So in the L.O.C.S Lounge, this is the safest place to talk about any and everything. Real talk.
Okay.
So whatever you want to talk about, we gonna talk about it. It could be controversial. It could be whatever. I mean, we've talked about, you know, polygamy and polyandry. Like we talk about that because that's come up. You know what I'm saying? So just always know we gonna talk about it.
But I'm just gonna say that these peaches right here look like booties. Did y'all see these peaches though? They look like a little booty. Like, see, look, they all got to pick up the peach. It look like a nice little booty. Like, smack it up, rub it down. Oh no!
we got a wild one, y'all. But that's what we're gonna hit. We're gonna hit some loving relationships today with two lovely ladies that live here in Atlanta that have two different perspectives, that have gone through two different experiences. So, you know, we can talk through those things, and then, you know, from a man and woman's perspective on how we see different things from different lenses. How's that?
That sounds good. Let's go.
All right. So, I'm gonna ask a burning question to you, Miss Angie.
Jeez, let's go.
Actually, it's not so burning. It's just it's pretty chill.
Okay, burning and relationships. It sounds really weird.
Really like word on the line now. Burning?
Alright,
What that mean?
So yeah, you might want to stay clear from burning in any relationship.
Yeah, you don't want to be burning.
You don't want to be burning. So
you gonna basically put me in a hot seat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, what are some relationship goals that you faced?
Relationship goals?
Yeah, what are some relationship goals that you would want?
I desire.
Yes.
Relationship goals. Someone who's dynamic. Like, someone who's dynamic, someone who's open-minded, and honest. It's really that simple. Fitness. They're into fitness. You give me that, we good.
What if you're not in fitness though? What if he had all the other traits but he wasn't in fitness? But what if he was able to meet you halfway and say,
if he could get into so me and my girlfriend, we had this conversation the other day about different body types for men, and so it's like I want the dad bod first 5 years in.
Dad bod 5 years in?
First 5 years in. Cause see, see, the first 5 years in, they got a little bit of a stomach. You can still tell that they got a little muscles and whatnot. But so I don't. Yeah, like now if I gotta lift your dick up, lift your stomach up to see your dick, we just what is we doing? That's a whole lot of work. I gotta hold the stomach up to get at it. No, we're not doing that.
But hold on. But men gotta say the same thing about you.
I ain't got no stomach, so.
Yeah, but y'all only gotta lift up to do anything. We gotta, it's
sitting on our forehead as we trying to get it, listen.
Ours, when we lay flat, our stomach just, everything just kind of,
falls.
Yeah. It's different.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, moral of the story, fellas, let's get this right.
Thank you.
Somewhat.
Please,
so that
they
ain't gotta lift, because, they gotta lift it. It's another thing they gotta complain about, and they don't want that.
This conversation wanted to dive deep in.
Yeah, let's go.
It did. It was really deep. Okay.
Angie wanted to go deep into this.
My bad. I'm sorry. We can backpedal it out.
No. Okay, so tell us what's your side profession? Because I think your side profession gotta be up in this.
One of the other things that I do have a podcast. We are very hot on Apple and I think Spotify and Anchor. So it's called Convert with Candor. And we just talk about relationships, and basically what we're trying to get people to do is to speak honestly about the things that you want and need within the confines of a relationship. Because a lot of times people don't speak about those things, and then they get into these situationships, and then they're unsatisfied, they're miserable, they're cheating, they're doing this, that, and the third. And it's like, well, if you had that conversation to begin with, you wouldn't be in that situation. So let's have a conversation, let's be candid with these conversations, and let's just be honest about what it is that you desire, what you need, what you want. Talk about the dark side as well as the light side and the stuff that you might not. That way there's a clear understanding. Just be basically transparent. Yeah. That's it.
That's real.
I agree.
So
why, let me ask you, I'm gonna put you in the hot seat. So let me ask you, why is it that guys tend to manipulate their words to get vagina?
So why do men manipulate their words to get vagina? I would say that, for one, y'all hold all the power. Y'all hold it all.
Can you say that again?
Y'all hold all the power.
Okay.
Women.
One time. Put the people in the back.
Women hold all the power. When they got the punani, they got the power. That's just my opinion. We as men were conquerors, but we also know our women who, first of all, let's take it back. God made man, and then he made woman from man. But that one thing is that he separated man and women. So while they were created from us, it was a power that he gave women that a man can never experience. Y'all hold that power through childbearing, through that element. Like, that's one of the elements, not the only, but one. That's a strong element that y'all hold power to. And we have to honor women and respect the fact that that's the power that y'all hold. And what a lot of times that we do is that it's so distorted. Roles get distorted. Where it's like, oh, I'm a man, so I gotta get what I deserve what I want because this is what it is. No, you never deserve what you want just because you're a man. At the end of the day, the woman holds that power. So because y'all hold that power, and get back to your original question about the manipulation.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the answer because you danced all around it. He was tiptoeing, dilly-dallying.
No, she asked a question. So,
I'm listening.
So we manipulate because since y'all hold the power, instead of us being vulnerable with y'all, we find different ways to get something
that's real.
We find a way to we still get what we want, but we getting it in a way to where we don't want to go. We definitely don't want to go that deep.
Okay.
That's just not what
vulnerability. Y'all struggle.
We struggle with it. We're not naturally vulnerable.
Okay.
but we've been programmed and be wired to not be
Y'all are hardwired
to
literally.
to not be vulnerable. We hardwired for that. Hardwiring takes a lot to cut down. You gotta cut down that barbed wire.
Absolutely.
It's hard.
And it's hard for us to experience. Y'all have to hardwire and for us to tell you you need to change your wiring to be vulnerable. Like it's sorry.
No.
Well, I'm gonna throw in this little splash of salt right here. Okay, we're gonna add a little seasoning to this thing here. Okay, maybe a little garlic powder, a little seasoning, a little seasoned salt. So the other thing that I noticed that men, they have this entitlement to vagina. Like if I take you out on a date, I'm expected to give up the vagina because you took me on a date, or you bought me X, Y, and Z. So you're expecting, I won't say you, but some men have the expectation that if they do something for a woman, anything, that they are expecting vagina in return.
Why is that? Having Samuels in their ear saying that
Ooh, girl, you done hit the Kevin Samuels. Girl.
Or I do remember one thing Kevin Samuels said about that is for a woman.
I'm listening.
I'm not now. First of all, let me say I don't agree with it. So let me preface it by saying I don't agree with half of the shit he says. So
I'm gonna say I agree with some of the stuff he says, but
yes.
A lot of it is based off of his personal experience and what he likes. So a lot of his advice is based on what he's looking for in a woman and what he likes in a woman. So a lot of men are taking in that information and taking it and owning it as if it's their own ideology.
I would say this about that. Social media is extremely powerful, and that's because that's the driver of everything right now with social media, Instagram, Twitter, and everything, and how things are so quick. If you just see a man like Kevin Samuels be on social media, a man is just gonna automatically think he's right because he has, a million followers and this and the third. But what I'm saying is that your words hold so much weight when you're a social media influencer. So people can follow you. So you got to be careful that you're saying the right thing, because if you're putting out the wrong thing, you're gonna get wrong results over and over again in different situations. So we got to be careful with what we bring in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you had talked about this sense of
the entitlement to the vagina. That's what I want to understand.
We should never be entitled to the vagina.
Thank you.
Let
me get the microphone one more time. Say that again.
Fellas, we should never be entitled to the vagina.
Thank you very much.
If it don't belong to you, it don't matter.
It don't belong to you.
It just don't belong to you. All I can deal with is, this is mine, that's it. So in this box, I can do whatever I want in this box, because this is mine. I can't step over nobody else's box and do nothing with it unless they give me permission to come in. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it has to be more conversations, like you said. So in the forefront. So even if you're on a date, I think so many times what happens is that we see what's on TV. We see the whole thing about going out on a date. If I go on a date and I spend this kind of money, if I take her here and she eating this, and this, I'm gonna get that. You know what I'm saying?
But I think it also, on the woman's part, it falls on our self-worth, because I would say the first time I went on a date, and it was with a boyfriend, and the bill was over $100, I felt so uncomfortable. And we had already, had sex and all that, but I just felt like if I was with somebody else that I didn't know, I would not know how to move past this once I saw the check. Like, do I need to pay half? Do I need to go ahead? You know what I'm saying? Right. That's how I felt. That's where my self-esteem was.
Yeah.
So it was like I had never experienced a man paying, I think it was like over $80. At this point, I was going to Applebee's, TGI Fridays, XYZ. So it was like, when we went, and it was on restaurant week. So that's when things supposed to be inexpensive, and it was still like $100. And I just, once I got to the car, like, I really broke down crying, because it's like, if I was not with you, I would be flustered in like a whirlwind of what to do. So I think it really also falls on like the standard that we have for ourselves, what we're used to, what we make ourselves accustomed to, and what we expect from the other person. Because like I said, because that wasn't a standard for myself, and you know that was a tag. I don't know.
Well, this is why I say that people, period, whether you man or woman, or in whatever that space is that don't have a denomination of sexual whatever. What's it called? Non-gender, non-binary. There you go, non-binary. So whatever you are, in order to appreciate the things that you may desire in a relationship, you have to do those things for yourself, by yourself. One of the first things that I started doing for myself was taking myself to 5-star restaurants, and spending a bag, as you say, I don't know, on myself. Because my thing is, my thought process was, if I can't do this for myself, I can't ask somebody else to do something that I am not willing to do for myself. So, and then the other thing is, when you do that, now you know how to conduct yourself when you go to those restaurants. You know not to pick up the little baby fork, because that's not the fork you eat your meal with. That's the salad fork versus the entree fork. You know, you start learning how to allow them to they'll place your napkin in your lap, and they'll, you know, have the little thing over their arm, and they'll say, hey, this is the wine list, this is the wines that we have. And you'll start to be able to get accustomed to how they treat you in those fine dining restaurants. A lot of times when I see women and they order all of this stuff, and I'm like, and then they don't eat it because it's like they don't even like it. So if you take yourself to these restaurants and you order the things that you think you would want on a date, then it's like, oh, okay, I like this, or I don't like this. It's conditioning.
Yeah. I like what you said about being able to do things for yourself that you would ask someone else to do for you. It's okay to have the standard, have a high standard. It's fine, because you've treated yourself in that way to know, okay, I won't expect anything less because I've done it for myself.
Exactly.
So they gotta meet you where you at, as opposed to you demanding that you come up to where they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to pay these bills. You have to do that. Have you paid your own bills?
That part.
I don't have a problem with blending with you, but are you taking care of your own stuff? Or are you dependent on somebody else, and now you leeching on me?
That part, yeah.
Because you had that too. You do have.
You do.
But see, I feel like as men, like, you have to be able to decipher between a feminine woman versus a bad bitch, as they call it. I hate to say that term, but unfortunately, there is a total difference. A feminine woman, she's very confident in who she is, and she knows exactly what she wants, and there's no gray area for her. And the other thing is, she knows how to treat a man. She's not looking for a come up. She's looking for someone to balance her. And when, like I said, when I'm looking for a relationship, I'm looking for someone who is balanced. Like, a lot of times you hear men say, oh, I'm an alpha man. As an alpha man, I do da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I don't want you to be alpha. Sometimes I want you to be a little beta. Because that balance keeps the relationship solid to me. What do you think?
Oh, I mean, I'm all about balance. First of all, I love that, because I'm an alpha man. I can say that. I can say that confidently.
Okay.
But balance is my alphaism, or whatever. Just being an alpha man. What balances out is my personality. I'm very introverted.
Okay.
So I know how to conduct myself if I need to come up to that particular level. If it's in my relationship, if I need to step up and my voice get a little bit stern, it'll get stern if it needs to. And I'm not saying stern like, oh, it's a problem, but it's like, no, this is what we're gonna do. We rocking with it, and that's it. Right? But then most times, I'm putting my foot down. But in most cases, I'm pretty tender and pretty I defer for the most part. So
Okay.
I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Go do that. So it is about balance. Like, it's necessary for a man to have balance and a woman crave balance because, understandably, in a woman's mind, y'all already got 50 to 100 different things and different scenarios that y'all have thought of when it comes to kids, the home, your job, what future, how I look. Y'all think about stuff that we really don't think about. So because your mind is already on 500, we got to help balance y'all out by taking care of some of those things that kind of help y'all not have to think about, oh, I got to do this, this, and this, and this. When we take that load off, y'all got more time for us to get in the bedroom. Because ultimately, that's where we all want to kind of be at the end of the day. We all want to be happy, enjoying our time in and out the bedroom, kicking it together, and living a balanced life. It's not as hard as we make it.
Can you give me the mic one more time? It's not as what?
It's not as hard as we make it.
Okay.
That part. It's really simple. It is very, very simple. One, you have to know who you are and what it is exactly that you want. Too many times what I hear in this new age of dating is people regurgitating what they hear and they see online. And when I say regurgitating, when you ask someone what type of relationship are you looking for, they'll say, oh, I'm looking for peace, I'm looking for happiness, I'm looking for joy, I'm looking for transparency, I'm looking for honesty, I'm looking for trust.
Let me tell you something, that's the biggest crock of shit. If they say if I'm looking for honesty, let me tell you something, you're going to get exactly what the hell you want when you ask for honesty. Because when you get honesty, you're going to get it about yourself, and sometimes you got to sit in that. And that is, so be careful what you wish for when you say you want something, because you may get it, and it might hurt like hell, and then you got to start being like, oh, okay, oh shit, I got to go do the work on myself. God.
And that's the part, I feel like a lot of people aren't willing, or they don't want to do the work. They want to do the surface level stuff. So like in my dating that I've experienced, is the conversations are very surface, you know, and then when I try to delve deeper, now we start uncovering triggers, right? And so as I start to uncover triggers, people get like, and then I don't hear from them again, which is fine. I'm okay. Like I've learned that I am not in the business of keeping people that don't want to be kept, period. It's a matter of literally just owning who you are and what your boundaries are. A lot of people don't know what their boundaries are, so they kind of flex and fold and bend and mingle in order to get a piece of what they think they want.
I've done that before.
And then they end up being miserable, and it's like, yo, like you gotta know your definiteness. That's why I tell people you gotta sit down, take that time and do your own inventory of what it is what really brings you joy, what brings you bliss.
I did that in therapy, but I think the thing, because I have my non-negotiables, the things I'm flexible on, and then what I need. Or the things I really don't, like I won't tolerate. However, I realize you have to go by what your core needs are, not really like your non-negotiables, because I need attention. I need a man that is dominant. So on my list, I might say like, you know, I don't want nobody that smokes cigarettes, or I don't want anybody that does this, but I need my core needs, and that's what I need to focus on, and not necessarily, because my list is like 238 things long.
Did you say?
Yeah, so everything I want is 238 things.
Lord,
my core is like 7 or 8. Because my therapist, she said, name everything. I don't care how shallow it is. I was like, you need to have an iPhone. I don't want no green bubbles.
Can I
green bubbles for her?
Can I school y'all on something
Come
real quick?
on.
One thing that I did learn when I was going through my own therapy is something that we tend to forget when it comes to relationships, right? We talk about expectations. And it's okay to have expectations. Like, you know, if you with a man, you expect him to provide.
I do.
You expect a man to provide, you expect him to be a protector.
Yes.
You don't want no soft dude
that
can just, you know, like you expect that person to do it. But what I've learned to do is learn about word choices in life.
Okay.
And so what is more receptive to a man is switching it from an expectation, and I'm sure women moving it from an expectation to appreciation.
I would appreciate it if you.
I would appreciate
Oh,
it
yes,
if you so even as a man, I can't expect a woman to have sex with me 3, 4, 5 times a week. Because she may be feeling off, she might have a pH level low, like she's still a woman. So we as men, we try to put expectations even on sex when it comes to women, right? So as opposed to putting an expectation and say, look, I would appreciate it maybe if we could spend some time a couple of nights a week to kick it. And like we put the kids down and I would appreciate that. Because the word choice is different, right?
Yeah,
it's still like,
word choice,
you know what I'm saying?
That is like one of the biggest things a lot of times. So like, prime example, I was at a house party and a guy we're having conversation, just dialogue, and I said something, he said, oh, you trying to challenge me? And I said, well, let's break down the word challenge, sir. So challenge, when you think of a challenge, because he told me he would run, right? That he would run like 13 miles in a day. I said, the very first time you got outside and you ran, did you run 13 miles? He was like, no. I said, so it was a challenge for you to run 13 miles. So if you look at a challenge from a perspective of it's something that's going to grow you and elevate you, is a challenge a bad thing?
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
It's never a bad
So we have to look at how we're using words, and a lot of times what I hear in the relationship world, in the single dating world, is, oh, she trying to challenge me. And when did a challenge not grow you?
You know what? I could go on about another topic. I know we coming to a close, but I'm gonna at least drop this out here. That's why I think we see a lot of brothers go to the white side with the women. I personally believe because it's less of a challenge. You have more submissive white women than you have submissive black women. And I'm gonna say that. Let me first preface that by saying that. Let me preface it by saying that I'm not coming for black women when it comes to that. I'm saying that you'll find less submissive black women because they have been forced to use their masculine energy way more than you find a feminine white woman. Way more times she's had to be the provider at home, she's had to be the protector for the kids, she's had to be the fixer, the helper, everything for the entire family, taking the role of what a man should do. And so you're going to find less feminine women in that situation who are willing to submit to a man. So of course, we're at a deficit when it comes to that. Men are still looking for it regardless of the fact that you hold that or not. And when he doesn't find that in a black woman, he's automatically going to go to where he finds that particular kind of peace, because to him that's peace. Being challenged ain't something that he wants, and that's his choice, right? That's his choice. But I feel as though because black love is by far the best love on the face of the earth, it's going to come with its struggles, there's strife, the hell, the going back, X, Y, Z. It's going to come with so much, but it's going to come with the most beautiful thing ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Comes with everything so beautiful, so it's like worth the challenge, like you keep saying.
So there was a conversation that we had on Clubhouse, and they were talking about like the poly-type relationships, and they started talking about submissive women. So to your point, men are looking for these women to be submissive, but here's the thing that most alpha men already know. Beta, if you're truly a beta male, and a lot of men unfortunately are operating in the more feminine beta mentality in this day and age, unfortunately.
Well, is that a bad thing completely, or is it about balance?
It's about balance. So if you're operating heavily in a feminine
when you say realm, what do you mean by feminine? Like, what do you mean?
So what do you bring to the table?
That is a feminine question that drives me crazy and drives me up a wall. Do not ask me what I can do for you. Do not ask me what I'm bringing to the table, because a woman is to receive.
You see how she went from 0 to 100.
Well, that's a trigger. That's a trigger question for me.
Trigger point.
Don't ask me, because that is some feminine-ish.
Right. Right.
Armpits itching now.
Listen. Another one is, if you're doing that, what are you
Transactional. That's another one.
Oh my God.
Sorry. Trigger.
What else you got? Get it off your chest, girl. Get it off your chest.
I'm gonna digress.
No, you got it. Come on. This is what we're here for.
I don't like the transactional. If I'm doing this, what you gonna do for me? You do your part and I'm gonna do my part. Do not ask me what I'm doing. If you feel like I'm not doing something that you need me to do, just say, hey, I would like it if you did this. I've been doing this. I would appreciate word choice. I would appreciate it if you can do X, Y, Z to help me out. Cool. But don't make this a transactional thing about what you're doing and what I'm doing and what I'm doing, what you're not doing. Don't do that. Sorry.
You good.
Yo, Janae Aiko has a song. Janae Aiko has a song out called Triggers.
Yes.
So go listen to it. You'll understand that she just went from Tahirah Jennings to Janae Aiko. Just letting y'all know, she just went up there and MEL for real. But I get it though. I get with like talking about a couple things. You mentioned about what do you bring to the table, and once again, that can even be about word choice too, because number one, it shouldn't even, as a man, you shouldn't really be about what a woman can bring for you necessarily. It should be about how can we serve our women, number one. Like, you should be able to say, yo, this is what I bring to the table, this is who I am. And that woman should say, yo, this is who I am. Mm-hmm. That automatically should speak for themselves about what she brings to the table. You don't necessarily have to come from a transactional mindset of, okay, because I'm gonna do this for you, so what do you do for me?
So now you take an inventory.
Now you take, and all I like to call it.
Tit for tat.
Okay, that's what's the relationships. This is where people always get relationships messed up. Relationship is not about ownership; it's about partnership.
Can we get a high five on that one?
Can we say that to the mic?
Oh, pull up the mic. One more time. What did you say?
Yo,
relationships
are not about ownership.
Duh.
It's about partnership.
Hello.
So you don't own her; she don't own you. It ain't about what you can bring to the table. So if you do this, I'll do this. It's not about that.
That's why I say it's balance. So basically, like if you're stronger in a realm of finance, and she's stronger in a realm of managing the household, that's balance.
But that comes from I think from focusing and paying attention, because since I've been here, when I sit with men that have wealth or that have money, they don't ask women what they bring to the table, because they know they can provide, they know that they can protect. So it's just like, I can give you all of this. So I don't need to ask you what you can do. So I'm gonna go out with you. I'm gonna see how you operate. I'm gonna see if you're nurturing. I'm gonna see if you're a good mother. I'm gonna see X, Y, Z and see how it fits. But I'm not gonna sit down at the table like we doing an interview and ask you what you can offer me.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah, that's real.
That's the blue song now.
I don't like that.
Oh, sugar foot.
Man. Hey, well, have y'all both had a good time in the lounge tonight?
I did.
Definitely.
Very therapeutic.
We should definitely do this again.
Oh, we're gonna do it again. It's gonna be a part 2 coming out. We're gonna definitely talk it up. Definitely chop it up some more. So I just want to leave y'all with something more. One thing that y'all could possibly leave to the viewers is just talking about cultural stereotypes, right? Mm-hmm. If there's one cultural stereotype that you would change about just our community, what would it be? Let me start with you, Tahirah.
I would say that Black women are not submissive, because we can be submissive due to society and the way that things have broken down over the years, and how we've had to I'll say adopt more masculine energy. Things have shifted. However, when a woman is in a masculine presence, we are automatically feminine. So Black women can definitely be submissive and be feminine. It just takes a masculine man who knows himself, who knows his worth, and knows what he brings to the table, and has the confidence and the self-awareness to bring that out of a female.
And he's not manipulating with his words and to controlling something what he wants. Yeah, that part.
That's real. Okay, I like that. So Black women are submissive.
Yes.
So yeah, that is a cultural stereotype that we want to definitely debunk that cultural. Let me do that part all over. I get tongue-tied sometimes.
It is okay.
So Tahirah, you were pretty much saying that Black women can be submissive.
Yes.
So we want to debunk the stereotype that black women cannot be submissive.
Yes.
They really can be.
We can.
You know, it really just depends on the energy that we as men provide
Yes.
for them.
100%.
Masculine energy equals a safe place for a woman to be.
Definitely.
So
Because we can relax. We can take off our armor. And yes.
That's
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it from one of the best.
Hey.
Right? How about you, Miss Angie? What's a cultural stereotype you want to debunk?
A cultural stereotype that I want to debunk. Ooh. I think that black men can be balanced. They can have both masculine and feminine energy. There's a balance. You have to know when to operate in that masculine energy and when to operate in your feminine energy. And an example of that would be, you know, if your wife is on her cycle, you go into the store buying her, you know, feminine items and bringing her her favorite treats that she likes to eat during that time. That's operating in a feminine aspect because you're being caring, you're being nurturing to her when she's not feeling her best. And then being masculine is, you know, hey, what do you want to eat? I don't know what I want to. Okay, so we're gonna go here. I want you to put on this. I want you to meet me at this time, or I'm gonna pick you up. And that's like, listen, be decisive in your choices and what you're doing with your woman. You know, just know what it is you're doing. Like a lot of times, we as women, we get tired of always having to pick out, well, where do we want to eat? Why don't you pick one? pick a freaking restaurant. But you want to be a leader. You want to be alpha. Alpha leads. He's decisive. He makes decisions. Here's 3 restaurants. Pick one of your choice, and that's that. We're gonna meet at this time, or I'm gonna come pick you up. I'm gonna take you here, and this is what we're doing. Period.
That's it. You know, I like that. I like you said, balance.
Mm-hmm.
That's
it's
important.
balance. It's okay.
It's cool to have that balance.
Do yoga.
Do yoga. Hey, well, first of all, Angie's saying it for a lot of nasty reasons right now. She's saying it for a lot of nasty reasons. So
I don't do yoga.
So I'm gonna let y'all in. I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. It's not about to be a secret no more. Only a select few people knew this. But when I was in college at North Carolina A&T, right down the street from this Miss North Carolina Central.
What? Wait, who was it?
You went to Shaw?
Can I say Aggie Pride? You gonna block him out?
She did go to A&T.
Because I'm about to Aggie Pride in here. He's talking about some evil. No.
So we both went to A&T, and I can't believe I forgot that.
Yeah, I can't either.
My bad. So we both went to A&T, and all right. So we both went to A&T. Now, one thing I would say is that, like, I worked at this church like close by, but during the homecoming show, like, I modeled for this group, you know, during the homecoming show.
What are you on for?
Couture.
Okay, Couture Productions. All right.
You was at Couture?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes. So, you know, so we modeled for Couture, and I remember for homecoming, I was like a statue or whatever, you know, because, you know, on the stage, they would have all those different shows and stuff. So I remember, like, it was like a toga theme, and I was dressed up as like a mummy, and they painted my whole body. It was a hot mess. So, but I kept seeing these girls in the front row that kept staring at me and staring at me and staring at me. I'm like, oh, whatever. So we go out that night, and those same girls were at the club. And the girl was like, yo, my girl was really digging you. Like, would you mind stripping for her at a party? And I was like, I was a nerd, yo. Like, straight up.
That seems to be kind of common. I had a lot of guys have this similar story.
I was nerdy, but they was like, yo,
make sure I pull my ear out so I can hear this really
good. And I was like, I don't know. They was like, yo, she willing to pay $600. Now, being a broke college student, you was like, $600.
Okay, Magic Mike.
I said, I'm about to learn this weekend. What's up? So, you know, I had a couple of homegirls where I told them about it.
You know?
Yeah, they pretty much what they did was like, and it was cool to have like homegirls to kind of be like, yo, this is what I look forward to. So of course I was like, well, I'm cool being vulnerable with you. We ain't fucking, so cool. So, you know, they was teaching me like little things to do, and that weekend I got a nickname presented to me. It's a lame ass. This is lame,
What
though.
was the name?
It's not lame. I'm listening.
Chocolate pretzel.
Did you have somebody hold it?
I did.
Okay.
I did. You got it. Yes. You was talking about yoga, and I remembered the stuff from that.
Positions,
and see, yoga is great.
It's
Fellas,
great.
get into yoga. It's not a feminine thing. Like, listen,
It's
yoga.
a flexibility thing.
Yes. Hit the positions. Easy. Put the leg up. Put the leg up one more time. Come on.
And I feel like I'm getting old. I really held it up. She was looking at me like, what the hell is she doing?
What's happening here? The leg is going up. I didn't sign up.
What's about to happen?
I didn't know.
I was just trying to test the flexibility to see if it was still there. It ain't there no more.
You got it. Just do a little stretching. You'll get right back to
I'll
it.
get to it in a bit. So I'll stretch after
I've been
this.
stretching and cracking my kneecaps. So y'all talking about yoga.
She was Tahirah's Beamer was about to come out like, what's about to happen real quick? So, because I saw you from the corner.
Yeah, I was sitting there like,
What is he doing? He was like, listen, he was showing you pretzel.
okay.
I was. You hypervigilant, ain't you?
I just didn't understand what was going on. It just caught me off guard. I'm just seeing a leg come up and,
I know, yeah. It was kind of like, because it was like in slow motion.
Yeah, it was.
It did happen.
She's like, what's going to happen next?
It happened in slow motion. I was like, wait, at the peripheral of my vision, I'm like seeing this leg go.
Hey, moral of the story, anything can happen in the lounge. So that's simple.
Hey.
Like we can get up,
Legs
legs go up,
Give up
music
pretzel
go on.
stories.
Yo, pretzel stories. You done heard it all today. It's been wild. So yeah, we thank you so much for just being on the show, Angie and Tahirah. Thank y'all so much.
My pleasure.
Man,
This was fun.
Man, it was so dope. It was mad dope. I'm really happy to be here in Atlanta with you guys. I look forward to coming back soon, so we can definitely continue part 2 and do everything else.
The Baltimore accent, Sean, it's just.
We got haters.
I'm not a hater. I love Baltimore accents. Listen.
To do. You know.
I'm from Philly, so I don't talk like the twos and the dudes and hot dog and all that.
I say hot dog.
Okay, she says hot dog.
Hot dog.
Okay.
So we got Baltimore and Georgia in the house, right?
ATL, baby. Peace up, A-Town down.
Peace up, A-Town down, baby. So it's definitely been a good time here in Atlanta. So thank you once again for being here with the L.O.C.S Lounge with your boy Tim Nicholas. Please be sure to like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I always get it wrong. All right, ready?
Try again.
All right, guys, so thank you so much for being a part of the L.O.C.S Lounge with your boy, your host, Tim Nicholas. Please sure to like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and also subscribe to us on the YouTube channel, L.O.C.S Lounge Podcast. Thank you again, and have a good night. Take care.
Bye,
Be
y'all.
blessed.